this video, I want to go over the stroke panel. It's up here to the right, and it's right below the color panel. Let me go up to the top. Notice up here you have the X with the circle in it, which just if you click on it, the stroke goes away. If you click, and then you have the solid stroke, you have the dash stroke, and you have the vector brush. And we'll go over these one by one. I'm going to click on the solid stroke. Here you can change the stroke width. You can choose whatever measurement you want. I'll just stick with that. You can also click on the width, like I've discussed on a previous video. The cap has more to do with the solid, like a single stroke instead of a shape. So we'll go over that in a minute. The join, notice you have like a curve, you have a bevel, and then this is what they call the miter or the corner. So if I click on the curve, notice that the stroke turns into a curve, as it should. And then you have the bevel, which bevels off the corner. And then you can go back to the corner. The align is if you want the stroke, the line, to go in the middle, out to the edge of the shape, or inside. So right now it's in the middle. And here we'll do the outside, and then we'll do the inside. Now let me show the entire shape here, and we can go back to see what that looks like. So if I click on this, it's going to go right up to the border. If I click on this, the stroke will come up and you have the whole stroke. It's easier to show the miter limit on this. So if I bring it clear down, notice that it bevels off. And this just increases that tip. See how that does that? And that's how I wanted to show the actual miter limit. So let's go ahead and look at the stroke. Now, of course, you can make that wide or not wide, wide or thinner. Notice I have it on round. The cap is on the round. Here, notice how it brings that line of the stroke up, clear up to the top or the edge, depending on how you want it. And on this, it'll be a square, but the line will be wrapped around the end of the quarter line. Down here on the pressure, this you can play around with, and it's going to lower the pressure of one end. Same here, make it disappear. Lower the pressure of the opposite end. You can make a point in between. I'll do it in the middle to demonstrate. And it'll lower the pressure in the middle. Say you wanted to go over there. Maybe you want to take two, like say that. And then if you want to delete one in the middle, twice, and you can go back to normal. Down here, you can choose what kind of maybe any kind of end you might want. You have lots of choices here. Maybe we'll just make a arrow like that, and you can make another one on the other side. Maybe like that. And then notice I have a change here. And this is going to change kind of the shape, make it bigger or smaller. Now if I do this, it's going to just work with one end because it's not connected. And these down here are if you want, see where the point is? If I choose that, it's going to go down. See where that little line is on the icon? It's going to go down. I'm going to click back to that. And this is for if you want to swap it out. Let's say you want it going up instead. And this is basically to reset it. All right, now I want to show the dashed line. So I'm going to click on the square, click on the dashed line, and notice how it makes your dash. So kind of the same thing applies for here, but the magic comes in. I'm going to actually, excuse me, I'm going to make the width just a little bit further out so I can demonstrate the dash patterns down here. So basically this is like how long you want the dash compared to the gap. So if I put it at 3, let's double that. Some of these are going to run into each other. Say let's make this a 5. And this is if you want it uniform or not. See how it's not really covering the corners like you might want it to uniformly. Here it will. You click on this part. And notice you do have some dashes that are longer than each other. You can even those out. See how I have 5, 5, and 5. Looks a little bit more even. Let's say, notice the gaps are a little shorter. Maybe you want those more even. So this is about how long you want each dash in each gap. Okay. Now, down here, no, this is just for your single stroke. And that's how you would do that. Okay, the phase over here is if you can put the dashes kind of anywhere you want to by drawing it out like that and going as long as you want. So it's just a matter of playing around with how these are. Now let's go over to the vector brush. And so you can go down here to the brush tool, put kind of whatever you want to. You have watercolor, acrylics, dry media, engraving, gouaches, inks, markers, oils, patterns. Might look kind of cool. Put it on, and there you have an interesting looking pattern. Put it on a pencil, maybe something like that. You have an interesting looking pattern going around there. Choose whatever brush you might want and whatever thickness of that you might want. Kind of a cool looking pattern. So that's how you would work on the stroke tool.